here we are in the past, as we were talking about, and we've just covered havening. Havening here is that psychosensory we just went through, where you're touching and you're releasing delta waves whilst putting positive messages into the mind. And with a practitioner, someone who's qualified as a havening specialist, they can help you rewire those memories that are caught in the amygdala, releasing when certain circumstances match up and release anxiety. So that's something to consider on your journey into your anxiety antidote, whatever that is for you. Now we'll go further down the list and have a quick look at timeline therapy. Now, timeline is a process of going back into your own personal timeline, into your history. Your brain's an artifact of the past, and so it's collected all the information of your life and stored it up there somewhere. But your conscious brain, the front part here, can't see it. It cannot process that information. It's been stored in the storeroom in the back somewhere. And so timeline therapy is a way of getting back to those old memories where you made that decision to decide that you were going to be anxious about a particular set of circumstances, or to decide a certain belief that triggers off your anxiety. And so timeline is an amazing method for going to the past and healing. Now, what it does is it takes you back in time. It looks at whatever memories, feelings, thoughts, situations that came up in your past that have triggered off your triggers for anxiety. And what it does is it reframes what's gone on in the past. It looks at how you can heal by detaching from the emotion of that past event, knowing that you've learnt all the lessons, because one of the reasons that our brain holds on to our memories, holds on to these fears, is because it doesn't believe that you've got it sorted, that you've come up with a way that you remember the problem, that it won't happen again. So as an insurance policy, it decides, well, I'm going to grab that back out and serve it up next time that situation occurs. We want to know that it's appropriate, of course, as you go back into the past and heal and reframe and detach from those old emotions, because some memories maybe are useful to hold on to, but fair chance most of the time it's not useful. So that's something which you would have to work through with your therapist, if it's an NLP practitioner, or even in areas like self-directed healing or a hypnotherapist, whoever it is, that person can guide you through the process to make sure you are safe and that it's appropriate that you reduce the anxiety, the feeling attached, the emotion. Because what is anxiety? It's a fear. It's a fear you're going to lose something, you're going to be in danger, you're going to be in a bad situation. And your unconscious mind knows that. And it's not going to let it go unless you've got a method of having it sorted. And the method of sorting it out is remembering the lesson. And that's where timeline is powerful. It can reframe looking at other people's perspectives. It can look at the lessons involved in the things that have happened. And it might be something when you were 3 years old. It might be something when you were much older. Whatever the case, timeline therapy is something that we can't do here and now because you're not here and I'd need to be one-on-one with you. It's an area which I am qualified with, my NLP practitioner and master level, where I take people through that timeline therapy to the past. And I do so in an ecological, safe way, give them enough safety devices inside the process to keep you safe. So it's a really great method of going back to the past, reframing what happened back then. Remember, if you have a memory when you're 3 years old, it's a little bit different as to how you would process the world than when you're, say, 30 years old or 40 years old, because you're now an adult, and as an adult you can now reframe the past. You can see the perspectives as a 30-year-old. You can't see perspective as a 3-year-old because your thinking brain has not kicked in yet, what they call cognition. It's around the age of 6 to 8 years of age you start thinking about the world, not just downloading it. You start to make decisions about the world that as to think your way through it cognitively. But when you're 3, you just take it all in. You don't assess to figure out, is this good or is this bad? What's this person's objective? No. It's just downloading all of it and then making a decision, am I safe or am I not? And that's what happens to our mind when we're very, very young. So timeline therapy, go and check it out. It's an amazing method. If you can find someone to take you through it, it is indeed life-changing. And it does involve some of the other elements in this list. Certainly hypnosis is an element in that you do go into a trance-like hypnotic kind of a state where it's just really just a half sleepy state. And that's what allows you to access your unconscious. Because while you're thinking, your unconscious is gone. But when you go into that relaxed hypnotic state, you get access to your body, your mind, and all the feelings from the past. You start to sync up your system. Fabulous, fabulous method. Thoroughly recommend timeline therapy for reframing, detaching from unnecessary emotions, and for basically moving on from old loops that are holding you back. Go check it out, Timeline Therapy.